Okay, we're back and we're going to cover another incredibly cringe ad for Kamala Harris aimed at men, I guess. If you remember about 3 weeks ago, I did one on my channel. If you did watch, if not, no worries. White dudes for Harris, worst ad ever. And now there's another one that came up, and it just says in fine print at the very end, this is the end of the ad, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee, but I mean, if you watch the ad here, like this ad clearly is trying to promote Kamala Harris. So I don't know exactly to the extent that the campaign has any idea of what this is or if it's just some third party, but we'll play it here because it's getting mocked online a lot.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man, man.
And I'm man enough.
I'm man enough to enjoy a barrel-proof bourbon.
Neat.
Man enough to cook my steak rare.
Man enough to deadlift 500, then braid the out of my daughter's hair.
You think I'm afraid to rebuild a carburetor? I eat carburetors for breakfast.
So I don't want to necessarily make this joke, but there's a lot of people that were making fun of the fact this guy talking about eating stuff for breakfast. I mean, I guess I went there a little bit, but I mean, maybe they could have picked a better, more appropriate line for this guy.
I ain't afraid of bears.
And this guy's posture. Who sits like that? What is that?
That's what bear hugs are for.
So then this, like, I'm not afraid of bears. I'm sure this is a play on the whole man versus bear thing. The argument that was going around online with a lot of women saying they'd rather in the woods meet up with a bear as opposed to a man, which, I mean, I think just is an absurd thing to think. But, I mean, that does show, like, a lot of these sort of feminist left-wing type people, how they view men. There's no concept of what's the average. It's just the most extreme, the worst man. I'm going to apply that in my head to everybody. At least that's what the man versus bear argument seemed to devolve into. So we'll continue.
I'll tell you another thing I sure as shit am not afraid of. Women.
I'm not afraid of women.
I'm not afraid of women.
This is so...
They want to control their bodies? I say go for it.
They want to use that.
Oh my... It's like they've never met a man before. It's like an actual, like, normal man. Every normal man, they've just called alt-right, far-right, whatever the word of the day is. So the only people surrounding people like this that make this commercial are just like caricature commercial or like cartoon characters of what a man is. Like these aren't. I would never meet someone like this in real life. I don't think.
Dive, you have to start a family? I'm not afraid of families.
They want to.
Who's afraid of a family though? Who are you appealing to? I'm not afraid of a family. Might as well say, I drink water.
Be childless cat ladies.
Have all the cats you want.
Woman wants to be president?
Well, I hope she has the guts to look me right in the eye and accept my full-throated endorsement.
Because I'm man enough.
So I don't know what that is for, my full-throated endorsement. I mean, Trump did say that on stage, I think, once about Elon's endorsement, but if that was the joke, I don't know what that means.
To support women.
Man enough to know what kind of donuts I like.
Man enough to admit I'm lost, even when I refuse to ask for directions.
Man enough to not ban young women from reading Little Women.
Or one of those pants books that the sisters like.
I'm man.
I don't even know what they're talking about there. Banning books, I guess, but I don't even know what the last person even said.
Man enough to raw dog a flight. It sucked. Not worth it.
That's probably the only line of the... That was actually somewhat funny, at least. It's not comedian level funny, but talking about the raw dogging of the flight, not worth it. Like, at least it's kind of funny. The rest of this just sounds like they're fake people. Like, they put into ChatGPT, make me a fake man who's just, like, the most virtue signally person you can say, but so pathetically virtue signally that no one would ever believe it's a real person. That's what these people all sound like.
Man enough to be emotional in front of my wife.
In front of my kids.
In front of my horse.
I'm man enough to tell you that I cry at Love Actually.
Goodwill Hunting.
West Side Story.
That and Predator.
And I'm sick of so-called men domineering.
Like, dude, nobody... Oh, my goodness. No man would ever say anything like that. I'm man enough to say I cried in a movie. It's just fake. The only place that would ever exist is in a skit or like a Hollywood reenactment of a man that's trying to virtue signal. That would never happen in the real world. And again, when I say never, sure, maybe there's an exception, but 2%, maybe like under 2% of people would ever say a statement like that because it's just so stupid.
Belittling and controlling women just so they can feel more powerful.
That's not how my mama raised me.
I love
And they're probably talking about abortion here, I guess.
women.
I love women who support their families.
Women who decide not to have families.
Women who take charge.
And I'm man enough to help them.
The thing is, if they are talking about the abortion, they never like the I think the Republicans on abortion are, I mean, it's an issue that they lose votes on for sure, but at least they, I think, look at the other side and say, okay, they just want to have abortions and they want the freedom of that. I think they actually understand the other person's position a little bit. Again, let me know in the comments if you disagree with that. But I think the people on the left that talk about abortion, they just don't consider the fact that the Republicans consider that, like, a lot of them consider that of a murder of a baby that's unborn. It's not about controlling a woman. So that they always say that, though, and it just totally reframes the argument. If it's just about controlling women, then probably not many people before, but it's not about that in the position of someone who's pro-life. And people that are pro-life will argue that more than me and be passionate about that way more than I am, but yeah.
Them win. Man enough to help them win. I love women.
I love women who
So in the last part of this, like, clearly makes it apparent that this is about a promotion for Kamala and Tim Walz.
support their families.
Women who decide not to have families.
Women who take charge.
And I'm man enough to help them win.
You man up, get involved, vote. I'm man enough to help them win. And that's where it says at the bottom there, and that's the end of the ad. So anyway, that was hilarious. Crazy ad. I mean, I don't know which ad was worse. I almost don't really remember exactly what the White Dudes for Harris ad was. But yeah, like this is just an incredible ad. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Have a great day.